Welcome to the show alongside Sean Kelly. I'm Pete Francis, and Sean, the hockey team is simply on fire right now. Another series sweep for the Cats, and it started on Friday with a 3-0 win.
That's right, Pete. Northern took their 5-game unbeaten streak to the ice against Bowling Green and Marquette, and the two teams skated to a scoreless first period. But in the second, Andrew Chernichin put the Cats on the board just 5 minutes into the period. That goal would end up being enough for a game winner, but sophomore Jerry Brown would add 2 more goals, including an empty netter, for a 3-0 victory. But the story of the game was goaltender Brian Stewart, who had 28 saves, most of which were on poor angle shots due to Northern's stellar defensive play.
We were at Saturday's game, so let's go to the highlights.
We'll pick it up in the first period. Jared Brown on the breakaway puts it in. The goal was Brown's 3rd of the series. Staying in the first period, Gregor Hansen weaves through the Bowling Green defenders and gets the score. That was just downright nasty. And then to the second period, Nick Sirota feeds it to Mark Olver, who would put in his team-leading 10th goal of the season. How good has this guy been lately? And then Ray Canista would add another goal in the third period as the Cats would pick up the win 4-1.
Great win for the Cats, Sean. Talk about the play of Brian Stewart. Last weekend it was a rough series against Western Michigan, but he really rebounded against Bowling Green.
That's right. Brian Stewart did have a rough weekend last weekend down in Western. He did get 2 wins, but the Cats almost blew a 6-2 lead. They held on for a 6-5 win, and Stewie looked shaky again on Saturday. But he really rebounded this weekend, netting 71 saves on 72 shots and picking up his 3rd shutout of the season. That brings his stats to a 2.19 goals against average and a 924 save percentage, which is he's climbing the ranks in the CCHA among goaltenders.
The sophomores have been terrific lately, Sean, and Jared Brown has really been turning it on lately.
He has. Jared Brown picked up 3 goals this weekend, and he's now up to 8 for the year. And he also picked up a few against Western. He's up to 15 points for the season. He's really turned it on along with Mark Olver. Mark Olver leads the team right now in points with 10 goals, 13 assists for 23 points. The sophomores have really picked it up the last couple of weeks for the Wildcats. Along with Brown and Olver, Eric Gustafson, arguably the top defenseman in the CCHA, 2 goals, 21 assists for 23 points, tied with the team lead with Mark Olver.
Well, Sean, the biggest series of the year is coming up this weekend. The Cats travel to South Bend to take on the Irish. What do the Cats need to do to topple Notre Dame?
Well, it's going to be real tough for the Wildcats to get out of there in Notre Dame. They're facing the number 2 team of the country, and Notre Dame really has one of the most underrated goaltenders in the entire nation in Pierce. What the Wildcats have to do is they have to get on the board and beat Pierce early. And if they do that, they gives themselves a chance to get out of there with at least 2 points, maybe 1, which in all reality would be a real plus for the Wildcats this weekend.
Oh, we'll see how things turn out. We're going to take a break, and when we return, Kurt Kemp will be joining us to discuss the latest on NMU basketball. Stay tuned.
We're at Bears Center, and you're watching the Notre Dame